Good Tuesday morning, everybody. We're going to see milky skies today. What does that mean? Well, overcast for the most part. At times we get a little bit of hazy sunshine trying to break through. 54 degrees now with some 40s in our north and west zones, and temperatures around 76 through the mid-afternoon. Kim?
All right, well, we are looking at your commute over on I-96. This is right at I-94 here, and it is looking good this morning. No backups or slowdowns you need to worry about. We are accident-free to start off your Tuesday morning.
All right, Kim, thank you, and good health. Are you one of those people that wake up in the morning and hit the snooze button a time or two?
Or three.
If so, experts warn you that you may be doing your body more harm than good.
So when your alarm goes off, a burst of activity from your nervous system causes a spike in your blood pressure and a shock acceleration in your heart rate. Maybe that's why you hate when the alarm goes off.
Right, it's horrible.
Right. However, hitting snooze means that you repeatedly cause those effects on your body, which will cause abuse to your heart and nervous system. So experts advise against hitting the snooze and waking up when your initial alarm goes off.
It's definitely something to strive for. In fact, if you don't hit the snooze and just sleep that extra 20, 30, 15 minutes, however many times you snooze, maybe you'll feel better. It'll be easier to get up. We'll try it.
I'll let you try it. You report back tomorrow how that works.
I'm a chronic snoozer. I have 2 alarms.
You see how many snoozes I have?
I know.
145, 215, 230,
Those aren't even
246.
the snooze button. Those are actual alarm times you've set for yourself.
Absolutely.
5.
Because I know I'm not getting up for all those other ones prior.
You're just rocking your heart and giving your nervous system a jolt.
I know.
Yeah.
Every day.
Stop doing that. All right, 5:27 is your time to in our next half hour. Get you updated with stories from Canton, Detroit, and Troy.
Plus, they're adorable, but they're also making people sick. We've got a warning about puppies coming up. Uh-oh.
Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News Today at 5:30 starts now.
Well, she's gone now, but she won't be forgotten anytime soon. The cleanup from Irma expected to take months and even years.
Ever wonder why it takes so long to see a doctor? New this morning, the surprising way that many spend their time at the office.
Also, summer sticking around for a little bit at least. Brandon's saying that we could reach the 80s today, and the weekend looks even better.
I know.
Like
Summer making a comeback. Absolutely. Yeah. Definitely make those outdoor plans. We don't know how many more times we'll get to see temperatures at or near 80 degrees around here.
Have you started thinking about where your winter gear is yet?
Absolutely not.
No?
No, I still have all the summer gear. I've watched like on Facebook, Brandon, people are like transferring and bringing in like fall and winter clothes. No, I'm full summer.
I've noticed it out on yards too. People that are doing their weekend yard work are pulling out the autumn decorations, almost like Thanksgiving. And I get it. The leaves are changing colors maybe a little bit earlier than normal, especially up north. But God, we have some 80s in the 70s. Not today, thanks to the high clouds moving in, but look at all the 40s up north. Lapeer 45, Romeo 47, 43 over in Port Huron. A little patchy fog from Port Huron down toward Mount Clemens. 48 Pontiac, 47 in Howell. Closer to the city, Ferndale 52, 52 in Livonia, 53 in Monroe. Double Nichols 55, Grosse Ile, Harrow, Ontario 51. We'll be right around 55 degrees at 8 a.m., 71 at noon, and 76 at 4 o'clock. High cloudiness pouring in, otherwise probably a good shot of 80 degrees today. But this is remnants of Irma, and it's moving from southeast to northwest, bringing some pretty heavy rain and wind down to the south. But 35 miles an hour, just a tropical depression, and by this evening, downgraded even more so. But this system will be bringing us some showers tomorrow. I'll have more on that, Evrod, coming up.
All righty, Brandon, thank you. We do want to continue talking about the aftermath of Irma as cleanup efforts are expected to continue in the Caribbean and down in Florida today. But here's what we know right now. Late Monday, Irma was downgraded to a tropical depression, and it's unleashing what it has left in Georgia, Alabama, and Tennessee. At least 6 deaths in Florida have been blamed on the hurricane. This as the death toll in the Caribbean continues to rise and now stands at 35. There are also massive power outages all across the southeast this morning. Right now, more than 6 million people are still without power in Florida, while more than 1 million people are without power in Georgia. This is all while several officials are saying repairs could take weeks. And one homeowner says that he regrets his decision to stay during the storm.
It's gonna take months, maybe a year to get this cleaned up. Don't stay for another one.
I know for our entire state, but especially for the Keys, it's going to be a long road. There's a lot of damage.
A lot of damage that they were warned would happen. Officials saying that it's too early for an exact total just yet, but the recovery from Irma expected to cost tens of billions of dollars. In Atlanta, at least 3 people have been killed by falling trees as Irma continues to trek north. A man in his 50s was killed after a tree fell right onto his home. Meanwhile, a woman was killed after a falling tree landed on her car. The woman's family saying that she and her husband were in the area to check on a family member during the storm. Then the third death was a 57-year-old man who was killed when a tree limb fell right on top of him. Just a reminder, though, we have teamed up with Art Van Furniture and the American Red Cross to help some of these hurricane victims. Today, we're hosting the Help for Hurricane Relief Telethon. It starts in just under a half hour at 6 a.m. It'll go until 8 o'clock tonight. And the money that you donate will provide shelter, food, emotional support, and other assistance to those who have been affected by Hurricanes Irma and Hurricane Harvey. And we've got more information on our website. Just go to clickondetroit.com. But we do hope that you'll call in and donate money. That money going obviously to help a very, very important cause. Now let's send things over to Kim DeGiulio for a look at your morning traffic before we head out the door.
That's right. Well, we're looking good this morning. No accidents to report at this time, but I've got some construction to let you know about over on the southbound lanes of the Lodge between Forest and Grand River. 1 lane blocked there, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. and this is going to continue throughout the week. And for those of you headed downtown tonight for the Little Caesars Arena opening, Kid Rock, you're going to want to keep this in mind. This construction will definitely affect you. North and southbound Lodge in that same area between Forest and Grand River, only 1 lane open. This starts at 9 p.m., wrapping up at 5 p.m. and this is going to continue through Saturday. So when you're leaving the arena, that's when you're going to see the slowdowns there. So something to keep in mind for your commute this evening. Back to you.
All right, Kim, thank you. Medical marijuana sales here in Michigan may soon be coming to an end. It all depends on a decision that could possibly come as early as today at a hearing with the state licensing board. Let's get to Local 4's Rod Maloney. He joins us now live with more on what's at play here. Rod?
Yeah, hi, good morning, Rhonda. You know, the marijuana laws, the medical marijuana laws in the state of Michigan have been confusing at best. The enforcement spotty. It's been interesting to watch this all come together. And it's one of those things where the voters said, yes, we want this, but the state is saying, well, we're not so enthused about it. And so it's all going to be coming to a head today, it looks like, as the state licensing board gets together. Since the 2008 Michigan medical marijuana yes vote, pot shops have sprung up everywhere, especially in Detroit, where some residents aren't exactly thrilled.
It absolutely is crazy. They should not be concentrated like that.
And their business has been booming. But today, in a meeting in Bath Township, north of Lansing, the state licensing board is expected to vote to stop licensing dispensaries, effectively shutting them down even for just a few months if they start giving licenses again come January. But can they do that? Jeffrey Schroeder is a Plunkett County attorney who doesn't think so.
The licensing board is there to license new commercial facilities. They are not there as a law enforcement agency to determine who is or isn't committing crimes.
There is outcry, of course, by advocates like Robin Schneider, who do podcasts about the various aspects of the medical marijuana law.
Patients that I'm hearing from today are very worried about where they're going to get their medicine.
So what happens? Well, it's likely this is all going to end up in court. The problem here, of course, is that the government is not interested necessarily in addressing this head on. Federal law doesn't go with state law, doesn't go with local law, and nobody seems to want to actually go out and make a decision here. And so what we're going to probably find is that a case like this one is likely to spark the court case that will end up forcing those decisions. Back to you.
And Rod, can you explain a little bit more what brought all of this on?
Well, it's political, Rhonda, and it's one of those things where you've got a former House Speaker and a retired state police officer leading that licensing board, and they're the ones on the record saying that they don't want medical marijuana and they want to shut it down in whatever way possible. The larger question is, can they do it? Are they overreaching with their authority with today's decision, if in fact it goes the way we think it will?
Well, a lot of folks will be watching to see what happens today. Rod, thank you.
Right now, Detroit police are hoping that new video will help them find those responsible for the shooting of a 3-year-old girl. Investigators saying that on Friday night, these 3 cars were driving down Ogden Street with gunmen who opened fire and then were fired on. Lamia Gallup was playing inside of her grandmother's home with 5 other children when she was shot in the shoulder. Thankfully, that little girl is expected to be okay, but now police are asking that you take a close look at these vehicles in hopes that you recognize them. And if you have any information about this, please contact police.
Former State Senator Virgil Smith will be on the ballot in November, running for Detroit's City Council. The Michigan Supreme Court agreed to hear arguments in a case that would have derailed his candidacy, but the hearing will not happen until after the election. Smith resigned his seat last year after pleading guilty to shooting at his ex-wife's car.
The man charged in that high-speed chase that weaved through Southwest and downtown Detroit made his first appearance in court. He's 22-year-old Duron Sherrard, and he's facing a long list of charges, including third-degree fleeing, resisting arrest, and 3 counts of possession of a controlled substance. Sherrard is also expected to face charges in connection to a deadly shooting that happened in Southwest Detroit. And take a look at this. This is shocking surveillance video that shows the moment a car crashes right into a restaurant in Canton. And believe it or not, this isn't the first time something like this has happened. This was at Neehe's restaurant. It's at Ford and North Canton Center Roads Monday afternoon. We're hearing that the driver of the car hit the gas instead of the brakes. But believe it or not, again, the 3rd time that someone has crashed through Neehe's front window. Pretty scary stuff there.
Yeah, it is. 5:39 is your time. And new this morning, the chilling story of a Michigan teen accused of killing his own mother.
And why doctors are saying that certain puppies might not be safe for you or your family.
Right now, it's a
Welcome back, everybody. A Michigan teen is accused of killing his mother after she told him he couldn't have a puppy. 19-year-old Andrew Wilson was arraigned in Wheatfield Township near Lansing on murder. An argument allegedly started when Lisa Wilson told him that he would have to take the puppy to his father's house in Dansville. While investigators say that Wilson later called them to say he arrived home to find his mother murdered. It was determined no one had been in the home besides Wilson and his mother. Andrew has no criminal history.
Pretty scary stuff. It is 5:44 and in good health now. Doctors might be spending more time on paperwork than with actual patients. There's a study that shows doctors spend nearly 6 hours a day logged on to the electronic health record system during clinical and after hours. Most of this time spent on patient documentation, clerical tasks, and communicating with coworkers.
Time for weather and traffic. Good Tuesday morning, everybody, as we look live at downtown Detroit, the Penobscot building looking toward Belle Isle. Be an interesting sunrise just after 7 a.m. with high clouds coming in. Not going to see a ton of the sun, but it always makes for some pretty colors in the morning coming through those high clouds. All right, that's it on the sunrise soapbox. 45 degrees in our west zone in Howell, 45 in Lapeer. Good morning, Monroe, 53 degrees and 54 in Detroit. Notice our north and west counties or zones have cooler temperatures in the 40s, and that's also where we have seen a little bit of patchy fog. Central Washtenaw County, 3-mile visibility. That's okay. As you get up into Flint, we saw some fog earlier in Livingston County, but right now a little soupy across I-69 in spots. St. Clair County over into Genesee County, but no major problems out there. High clouds will be with us throughout the day, keeping us from 80 degrees. High clouds don't generally have a huge impact on temperatures, and if we can spread some of these high clouds out a little bit this afternoon, a couple of neighborhoods may see 80 degrees, but I think 71 at noon and 76 for an afternoon high. A dry day, but nonetheless a sort of a milky sky kind of a day, and we're already seeing that. Some clouds moving in from the south. This is from Irma, remnants from what once was Category 5 Irma. We know all about the devastation that this has created, and today still some coastal flooding issues in the Carolinas here, and maybe a half an inch to an inch of rain in spots through the Tennessee and Ohio River valleys. And then tomorrow it's up our way. The model doesn't do a great job on picking up high cloud cover from a hurricane. So it is not producing much in the way of high cloudiness today. I believe there will continue to see that. And then tomorrow, starting in the morning hours and then even through the afternoon and evening, some spotty light to moderate showers. We'll take it. The remnants of Irma without the impact of the wind and no flooding rains out there, just coming in waves. And on Thursday morning, I think we're going to be tracking some stuff on radar just off to our east in Ontario and over Lake Erie, Ohio. But most of the day, Thursday is dry. East siders may start with a little wet weather. 80 then. How about 80 Friday all the way through Sunday? A gorgeous weekend ahead. And Sunday we have the JDRF 1 walk. We are fighting for a world without type 1 diabetes, and that again Sunday morning at 9:30, Milliken State Park, downtown Detroit. Our second year being on the river for a 1-mile walk. Very casual, and the weather is going to be great, so we're looking forward to seeing you out there helping us, myself, my son, type 1 diabetics, and we're featuring stories and profiles all week thanks to the JDRF in our attempt to find a cure for type 1 diabetes. Join us. Also, Kim, I've got lots of information seen on 4. Click on Detroit.com how you specifically, Kim, can donate and help.
All right, good. Go check it out. Good morning, everyone. We are looking good on the road. Still no accidents to report at this time. However, we've got some construction over on the Lodge. We're talking about the north and southbound lanes of the Lodge right at I-75. One lane blocked today starting at 9 a.m., wrapping up at 6 p.m. Also on the southbound lanes of the Lodge right at Chicago Boulevard. One lane blocked there at 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. This is going to continue through Thursday. And if you're headed out the door soon towards I-696, we do want to take a look at that commute with one of our MDOT cameras. That's coming up next in my report at 5:54. Back to you.
All right, Kim, thank you. We'll see you then. In the meantime, it's 5:48, and we do have some good news for expectant mothers in this morning's Help Me Hank report. Japanese retailer Uniqlo, known for its stylish and low-cost basics, has launched a maternity line, and it's now available in the United States. The collection includes essentials such as leggings, ultra-stretch jeans, and much more.
All right, time now for some stories that you might have missed, and we do start with a very sad one. Some sad news to report this morning, as longtime Detroit radio host and America's master handyman Glenn Hagee has passed away after a battle with cancer.
Yes, Hagee started his broadcast career back in 1983 on WXYT AM 1270, and for the last 11 years, his handyman show could be heard on AM 760. His show was also nationally syndicated on 135 radio stations. In 2011, Hagee was inducted into the Michigan Broadcasting Hall of Fame. He was just 70 years old, and our hearts and prayers certainly go out to his family and his many colleagues over the years.
Yeah, he'll definitely be remembered. Over to Detroit now. Thunderbird Lanes has been an iconic location along West Maple Road near Livernois, but now it's gone through a unique transformation.
The building still has the bowling lanes, but it is now the headquarters to digital marketing company 24G. Renovations took 19 months to complete, and the owner, Scott Wilms, says employees are allowed to use the lanes whenever they want to. Right during work hours. Catered lunches are also provided to employees daily, making for a playful work environment. How cool would that be?
We should have something like that here.
I know.
Maybe like a foaling thing somewhere in the studio.
During the commercial breaks, just go and have a little competition.
Why not?
Looks like a fun place to work if they're hiring, yeah. 5:50 is your time, and time now to take a look at a couple of stories coming up on the Today Show, starting at 7. This morning, Today kicks off a week-long series titled Girls Changing the World, and Savannah Guthrie and Allison Oppenheim will talk about their new book and how they were inspired by their own young girls. Also, reporter Jolene Kent will take a look at how Irma's aftermath will affect tourism down in Florida. Those stories and more when we kick things off a little later this morning on Today.
Good morning from Miami International Airport. You can see behind me the ticket counters are eerily quiet, and that's because all 80 airlines were unable to operate during Hurricane Irma. This airport was completely shut down. That has had a pretty big impact on the local economy here in Florida and throughout the region. Coming up on the Today Show this morning, we're going to talk about what exactly that means in terms of tourism, cruise lines, airports, hotels. This is an industry that Florida thrives on, and it's suddenly been put on pause. We'll take you throughout the region and to the Caribbean to show what's happening on the ground. All that coming up this morning on the Today Show.
Alrighty, definitely want to tune in for that. It is 5:51. And also ahead this morning, deaths linked to the West Nile virus.
Yeah, the case is hitting very close to home here in Metro Detroit. We'll tell you where.
On the next Live in the D.
Perfect desserts for the fall season. Plus, got questions about your pet? We have answers.
Today at 10 on Local 4.
Good Tuesday morning. Weather and traffic for you here together real quick. We have temperatures in the 40s and 50s, just a little bit warmer than we've hit in the last few mornings. But you can see the fringe counties, Howell, 45, 45 up in Lapeer, 45 Ann Arbor, while most of the rest of us closer into the city here, low and middle 50s. High clouds are going to stream in, and the areas that are cooler have not yet seen those high clouds move in, but coming in slowly but surely throughout the day, high cloudiness, and that'll keep us from hitting 80, but still middle 70s with high clouds this afternoon. A dry day, Kim.
Yeah, no complaints here. Looks like a good one. And it looks like a good commute for you this morning. We're looking down at I-696 right at Telegraph. Traffic volume starting to build just a little bit, but nothing's going to slow you down. We are accident free to start off this Tuesday.
Thank you, Kim. It is 5:56, and in Windsor now, health officials there are saying that 2 people have died as a result of the West Nile virus. These are the first West Nile-related deaths for Windsor in 5 years. So far, there have been 11 confirmed cases of West Nile this year. Remember, West Nile spread by mosquitoes, so you definitely want to wear bug repellent and get rid of any standing water that might be around your home to hopefully prevent getting in contact.
The Amtrak engineer charged in the 2015 deadly train derailment on the East Coast has a preliminary hearing today. Brandon Bastian, he was on a Washington to New York run when investigators say in Philadelphia he accelerated to 106 miles per hour in a 50-mile-per-hour curve. The train jumped the tracks, killing 8 passengers and injuring 200 others. Bastian is charged with causing a catastrophe and involuntary manslaughter.
So there is a serious bacterial infection that's been linked to puppies. And the Center for Disease Control saying that puppies coming from the national pet store chain called Petland seem to be the cause of this.
The bacterial infection was detected in nearly 40 people across 7 different states. Michigan is not one of those states. The disease is spread through animal waste, so doctors say to thoroughly wash your hands after cleaning up after your pet. Coming up all new at 6 o'clock, local stories from Detroit, Royal Oak, and Bloomfield Hills.
Plus danger during football practice, the drills that experts are urging coaches and schools to reconsider.
And a clothing store without any clothes. There is a new concept that Nordstrom is testing out. We'll tell you more about that. Plus, we are opening up our Help for Hurricane Relief phone bank at the top of the hour. Stay with us.
Check out live from downtown Detroit. Local 4 News Today at 6 starts now.
Hurricane Irma's impact, the massive storm leaving millions without power and damage into the billions. And now as Florida eyes a major restoration and cleanup effort, search and recovery efforts are underway.
Well, good news is that Irma has been downgraded, but Irma is coming our way with clouds and then rain, and we'll tell you when to expect what coming up.
Plus, today is the day, can you believe it? The first event ever at the brand new LCA, Little Caesars Arena, is happening, but it won't be without controversy.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for waking up with us. And a big day here at Local 4. Our Help for Hurricane Relief Telethon kicking off all day. Thanks for waking up with us.
Yes, and we are hoping that you will be donating today because all that money going to help some of the victims and the relief efforts down in not just Texas, but in Florida as well. We're going to have more on that throughout the newscast. But first, we do want to start with our all-important forecast.
Yes, so let's get over to Brandon and talk about what a day we're going to have today. Looking pretty good?
Not bad. Maybe not quite as nice as yesterday where we saw a little more sunshine, but still a pretty decent day. High clouds From Irma heading into the area, mostly cloudy. They're high, thin clouds. We're not worried about rain. 54 degrees to start your Tuesday morning. At the bus stop, lower 50s. We do have some 40s out in the suburbs west and north of Detroit where we haven't seen the clouds roll in yet, but generally around 50 degrees early and 76 this afternoon with some high cloudiness. Here's a look at that, satellite and radar. And all we're seeing from satellite are the clouds in the area sort of rolling in and out as this system Irma, now just a tropical depression, is swirling down south of us. So these high clouds sort of coming in waves at us, and some of that rain coming your way tomorrow. Right now, though, again, this is a tropical depression, and we have 35-mile-an-hour winds around this as it moves up into the Tennessee and Ohio River valleys later today. Lots of rain and still windy, but it will be downsized or downgraded once again before it moves our way. Evrod?
Thank you, Brandon. At 6:02 now, and in Florida, close to 6 million people still don't have power in the wake of Hurricane Irma. The storm wrecked the entire state. There's damage everywhere. Trees have been uprooted and pushed onto houses. Streets have been flooded, and even power lines are still down. Almost everyone in Florida has been impacted by the storm in some way or another. But as NBC's Sarah Rosario shows us, the state is now looking at recovery.
With millions of people in the dark across the southeast, there are search and recovery efforts going on in the Florida Keys. People unaccounted for and damage so bad in some parts you can only get to it by air. As Irma churns across the southeast, the damage left behind in Florida is staggering. In hard-hit Naples to the Florida Keys.
We got no power, no water. It's a mess.
The storm slamming into the Keys as a Category 4 hurricane, pushing homes off their foundations, boats onto roads, and toppling RVs and trailers.
It's gonna take months, maybe a year to get this cleaned up.
Brian Holly is one of the estimated 10,000 in the Keys who refused to leave. With debris covering the islands, he wished he would have heeded the warnings.
Don't stay for another one.
The storm knocked out power to more than 7 million people, too much for the state's largest energy provider to handle.
It's also the first storm, by the way, that has impacted all 27,000 square miles and 35 counties that we serve across Florida. It is a magnitude that we just haven't seen before.
The hurricane-force winds leaves a path of destruction and flooding from Jacksonville to the Carolinas.
I know for our entire state, but especially for the Keys, it's going to be a long road. There's a lot of damage.
A state still reeling from a catastrophic storm, but thankful it wasn't worse. And with many people across the state still without power, there's no word yet on when it'll be restored. Reporting in Miami, Sarah Rosario. Now back to you.
Hopefully sooner than later. Now let's send things over to Jason Carr with some of the strongest images from Irma, some pictures of all the damage and devastation.
Yeah, they tell the story really of a devastating storm. Irma, one of the most destructive hurricanes in Florida's history. Just take a look at these photos as we scroll through here. Look, I mean, the water level up to the mailbox right here. Before and after, I mean, really, the devastation is just incomprehensible. You have to feel for this guy. I mean, how do you describe what you see here? This is why we're doing the telethon today. Look at this aerial view right here, before and after. Lush green, tropical, what we think our ideal image of paradise is, the Bahamas before Irma, and then, of course, down here after. I don't know if it's going to come through on your televisions at home, but this is just brown compared to the lush green. You know, really, that tells the story right there. Now, at Local 4, we're hoping to help those impacted by the hurricane and also Hurricane Harvey. Let's not forget what the people in Texas are going through. Just because the news cycle has moved on to the next hurricane doesn't mean we've forgotten the people in Houston and the surrounding areas. Let's send it over to Rhonda. She has more ways that you can make a difference in somebody else's life. Rhonda?
Thank you, Jason, and good morning, everyone. I am in our Help for Hurricane Relief phone bank. Our telethon has just kicked off. In fact, I haven't even given the phone number yet, and we have one of our American Red Cross Detroit chapters taking your donations. So the number to call throughout the day today is 855-934 8435. That's 855-WDIV HELP. Call that number to make a donation, and understand that we have partnered with the American Red Cross in conjunction with Art Van Furniture. 91 cents of every dollar that you donate does go to help with shelter, food, clothing to those in need. And you can designate if you want to help the folks in Texas, or if you want to help people in Florida, you can designate, or you can make a general donation to hurricane relief, and the American Red Cross will make sure that your donations help the people that need it most. And here's just a look at what all they do.
When a hurricane hits, the money you give helps transport thousands of Red Cross workers to the area so they can provide life-saving shelter. In Texas, donations have paid for more than 1.4 million meals so far for the people displaced by Harvey. Money goes to things that you may not even think of, like the gas and kitchen equipment to power those massive feeding efforts, and the emergency response vehicles needed to deliver supplies. Donations also pay for essential relief items like diapers, toothbrushes, and deodorant for people who were forced to flee their homes with nothing.
Well, it is heartwarming to hear this sound, because immediately folks at home have been making our phones ring. Again, the number to dial is 855-WDIV HELP, 855-934-8435 to make your donation for hurricane relief. I do want to thank Bush's Market, who teamed up with us this morning as well to help provide food for all of our volunteers with the American Red Cross. So please help keep these phones ringing. We have a big goal to raise money for those in need. We'll send it back to you, Evrod.
Alrighty, thank you. Every little bit helps, and we truly here at Local 4 care, and we appreciate every phone call and every donation. It is 6:07 rather, and let's talk about Little Caesars Arena. After months of construction and planning, it has all led up to this, the inaugural concert at the new home of the Red Wings and the Pistons, LCA as some people call it for short. Taking the stage tonight, Michigan's very own Kid Rock. Rob Maloney joining us live now from just outside of the arena, where there's a lot of anticipation and excitement heading into today's official opening. Even Kid Rock himself sounding off on all of the anticipation for tonight's concert.
Yeah, hi, good morning, Evrod. I'm here with Tom Wilson, who is the president and CEO of Olympia Entertainment. And Tom, congratulations on getting to the opening here.
Well, thank you.
And I know it's been a long, hard push here.
It has been a long time. It's about 28 months, and it seems like it took forever, day at a time, and you look back and you say, boy, did that fly by. But, you know, it was so exciting over the weekend to see people come in. We had a community day, about 20,000 people, and you get used to being in the building. To see fresh eyes coming through with the eyes like saucers and going, wow, I've never seen anything like this. It's fun.
Yeah, that's great. Now, you know, we have this controversy about Kid Rock. Now, you guys chose him because of his Detroit roots, I imagine, right?
Yes.
Can you talk a little bit about why you made that choice and then your reaction to the controversy that sort of engendered to some degree?
Well, there's a couple of things. You know, first of all, he's been synonymous with Detroit for a long time. Heck, 2 years ago, he sold out 10 nights out at the DTE Amphitheater, and he's done so much charitable work here. He's just sort of epitomized what Detroit is. So back in January, the decision was made that he is Detroit, we are Detroit, and he's the act that we want to have here. And there has been some controversy of late, but you know, the one thing I've learned, and I've been doing this for 30 years, is there are controversial artists that are going to come and go, and opinions are going to come and go. Our job is to put great entertainers in this building and let the public decide.
I see, and if they sell tickets, you bring them back.
Well, and he's going to have about 100,000 people in here over the course of these 6 performances, and people are not coming out here because he's pro-Trump or anti-Trump. People are coming out here because he is a great entertainer who puts on a great show.
Absolutely. Any one particular thing in here you like most, or is there any way to decide?
It's, you know, there are so many things, and everybody's going to have a different opinion, but I think when you get inside that bowl and you see the sight lines and you see the bells and whistles that are in here that are part of this building, you're going to really love it and say there's nothing like it in the country.
Well, that would absolutely be true, Tom. Thank you so much for coming up, getting up with us at this hour. I got to tell you, the TV studio may be, for my money, the best thing in the whole place. But anyway, they're opening up tonight, Kid Rock, for 6 shows over the next week. They're ready to rock. Back to you.
Yeah, they certainly are. And Kid Rock, one of the great performers. They've got a lot of great performers coming up in their lineup throughout the next coming months. So we're looking forward to not only his show, but all of the shows there. We do want to let you know, if you're planning on going to the show tonight, whether you're driving or maybe you're taking public transportation, the People Mover, the Q Line, we want to turn things over to Kim DiGiulio with everything that you need to know to get around any traffic issues that might arise.
That is right. So we're helping you get to that concert tonight. It is going to be crowded, but just got to pack the patience tonight. today, I want to let you know about some construction over on the southbound lanes of Woodward between Henry and Sproat. Only one lane open there until 7 o'clock on Thursday, so right near the arena, it's going to see some slowdowns over on Woodward. Now, those of you who take the Lodge coming downtown here, as you know, the southbound ramp to Grand River from the Lodge, that has been closed. That's going to reopen at 2 o'clock today, so you should be good if you are traveling on the Lodge to the arena today. But I do want to let you know about some construction over on the Lodge that could slow you down a little bit later tonight leaving the arena. So the southbound lanes of the Lodge between Forest and Grand River, one lane blocked today between 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. through Friday. That won't affect you coming to the arena. As I said, that wraps up at 3 p.m. However, this is what's going to affect you. North and southbound Lodge, same area, Forest to Grand River, only one lane open 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. This is going to continue through Saturday. So definitely going to see some slowdowns over on the Lodge. You may want to think about heading home on I-75. Also, as Evrod mentioned, you can take the Q line, the People Mover, Lyft, Uber, lots of other ways of transportation. But remember, just pack the patience. Back to you.
Oh, it's going to be a fun, exciting night nonetheless, and great lineup that we're looking forward to as well.
We are. And then sports, of course,
yes,
there too at some point.
It is 6:12, everybody, and we're talking new iPhones and a new Apple Watch and a whole lot more. All the details ahead of today's big announcement from Apple.
Plus, taking action, those affected by the massive Equifax hack are now going after the credit company.
Tonight.
Welcome back, everybody. With the images of devastation that we have seen throughout Texas and Florida, we see those who live there have been through so much, and they're in need of our help this morning in order to get their lives somewhat back to normal in a timely fashion. That's why we partnered with Art Van and the American Red Cross to help. If you would like to donate, please call the number on your screen. It is 1-855-WDIV-HELP. 1-855-934-8435. You can designate whether you want your donation to go to the Hurricane Harvey relief efforts in Texas or the Hurricane Irma relief efforts down in Florida, or if you want to contribute to general hurricane relief. An average of 91 cents of every dollar is invested in humanitarian services and programs. Again, there's a number on the bottom of your screen, 1-855-WDIV-HELP to donate.
Our equipment.
80s.
I heard 80s at some point. Did you?
Yes, I did. In fact, that's all I heard.
I know.
So if there's anything else happening in the forecast, we can't tell you, but we do know who can. We have Brandon and Kim standing by with a look at weather and traffic.
This is the, she's got like a nose for 80s. Where is it?
I smell it. It's coming.
It's going to happen. We'd have it today if not for Irma, believe it or not. Irma, just constant troublemaker. Bringing high clouds in here today, but it's going to be a really nice one. How about this for our Hanson's weather window? You know this place?
I think I do.
The LCA, as Evrod's been calling it.
That's the hip name.
Yeah, Little Caesars Arena and Kid Rock on stage tonight, baby. Going to be a good one. Our 1-800-Hanson's weather window. The Little Caesars Arena from our downtown camera. This is our Windsor camera, and notice that we still have a couple of 40s out there. High clouds are rolling in, and that keeps our numbers from dropping too much, but 44 in Ann Arbor. We have 40s in parts of central and northern Oakland County, up into Lapeer County, parts of Livingston County. Low 50s, though. Pontiac up to 50 now, 54 at Metro Airport, 55 at 8 a.m., 71 at noon, and again, probably would hit 80 degrees if not for the high clouds, but still a nice day, a dry day. Milky skies coming off of remnants of Irma, now a tropical depression. Tomorrow it'll bring us a couple of waves of rain, but no wind really to speak of. The winds will be coming out of the south, maybe 10 to 15, but no big deal here. Morning showers, spotty, light to moderate throughout the day, but nothing severe, nothing crazy. May not even get any rumbles of thunder on Wednesday. Thursday, maybe a morning shower or two, especially east side, but most of the day is dry. And then look at that, 80s. Friday through Sunday, high right around 80 degrees. Want to let you know about SCORE. This is a fundraising banquet with still a few tickets left, so I wanted to let you know about this. It's tonight at 6:30 at the Samaritan Center at 5555 Connor Street in Detroit. Detroit Lion defense and special teams expert Don Carey is the guest speaker. I'm going to MC, but there are still some tickets available, and you need to go to the Worship Arts Conservatory website to get those tickets. Again, for tonight's event, it is fundraising for the Worship Arts Conservatory, a really cool thing, really helping to educate and train those in the worship arts. Kim?
All right, well, here's a look at what your commute looks like this morning. We are looking good as far as accidents. We don't have any to worry about right now, but we've got to talk about some construction over on the southbound lanes of I-75. Between 13 Mile and 12 Mile, one lane block there from 9 to 5 today. This is going to also happen tomorrow, so keep it in mind. And then the southbound service drive of I-75 just past Livernois, only one lane open there until 7 o'clock tonight, so you may see a little bit of a slowdown there as well. Now let's take a live check at our roads right now with our 1-800-CALL-SAM Chopper shot. We're looking down at I-75 right at I-696, and it is getting busy out there, but still nothing to slow you down. Traffic moving along just fine. No accidents to report at this time. Over to you.
So good news there, Kim. Thank you. To 6:19. Let's get into today's consumer headlines. We're talking about Equifax. They have made headlines on the receiving end now of dozens of lawsuits after their credit reporting company said thieves might have stolen personal information for 143 million Americans.
So many people impacted by this, and there have been more than 30 lawsuits filed against the company, including at least one accusing Equifax of securities fraud. The court records are showing that the securities fraud lawsuit that it's claiming that Equifax was accused of misleading shareholders about its ability to protect consumer data.
A lot of people affected by this, as you mentioned. Go to clickondetroit.com. There's a link to a website that you can have that credit monitoring service done.
Definitely want to be proactive about it, yes. Also, Apple lovers rejoice. Today, the company is expected to announce new products, including 3 new iPhones.
This better be worth the wait. Initial reports indicate that the company will unveil a special 10th anniversary iPhone with a major redesign. It's also rumored to cost about up to $1,000. 2 lower priced phones are also expected to be announced if you don't want to pay the full G. Apple is also expected to detail a new Apple Watch, as well as TV and iOS software updates. This all kicks off at 1 p.m. Eastern. I know at least one person in the Local 4 newsroom who either already has or will be buying every last product that they have.
Dylan.
Oh, that's 2.
We've got some techies in our newsroom for sure.
Our 6 p.m. producer loves everything Apple.
Okay.
Do no wrong in his book. Tim French. Let's talk about Nordstrom. It has plans for a new concept store with no inventory.
Yeah.
They're saying it's called Nordstrom Local.
All right, so it's offering tailoring, manicure services, and it'll be staffed with personnel and also stylists who can order merchandise for the customers. Customers will also be able to buy online, but inside of the store, or pick up their online orders from the store. You can probably even do returns there too, which is pretty convenient rather than mailing them. The first location is not opening anywhere near here though. It's going to be in Los Angeles in October.
Okay.
Kind of a different way to online shop.
I guess so. We'll see how it works in LA before they bring it here to Detroit. It is 6:22, everybody. New today, we're talking about dangerous drills and what some kids are doing during high school football that could put them at risk. And before we go to break, let's meet today's Facebook friend. This is Samantha Kletter. She's from Wyandotte. She's a nurse at Henry Ford Wyandotte Hospital, and get this. She says that she has 2 cats, Ellie and Lincoln, and she calls herself the crazy cat lady. She has a reputation for that, and she embraces it.
Well, all right. Well, we want to send you to the Michigan Renaissance Festival just for being our friend of the day, crazy cat lady. And anybody else, if you would like to be our next friend of the day, start by liking the Local 4 Facebook page and find the Friend of the Day tab and click on that. We'll be right back. Oh, welcome back, everybody. Help keep our phones ringing today. Our Help for Hurricane Relief Telethon, in conjunction with Art Van Furniture to raise money for the American Red Cross, is open. If you would like to make a donation, and we certainly hope you do, to the victims of Hurricane Irma and Harvey, the number to call is 855-WDIV-HELP. It's 855-934-8435. And we'll be here to answer the phones all the way in through 8 o'clock tonight, Brandon.
Yeah, grab that phone number, keep it with you, and a reminder all day long for you to call in and help out the high clouds moving in. They're remnants of Irma, and they'll be just a reminder for us all day of the devastation down south. That it's going to be days before we really know the extent of it. But here it's again just high cloudiness, 54 degrees right now, on our way to about 76 this afternoon.
And we are looking good right now on the roads. Here's a look at your commute this morning over at I-96 right at Martin Luther King Boulevard. And you can see traffic volumes are pretty light in this area. Nothing need to worry about. And we are starting off the morning accident free.
All right, we like the sounds of that. Thank you, Kim. A new study sheds light on which practice drills may be risky for young football players. Researchers measured the head impact suffered by 9 players during one season of practice. The largest number of blows occurred during contact drills with multiple players. The hardest hits took place during open field tackling drills. Experts say that these findings could help coaches determine which drills should be modified or eliminated during practice.
Time now is 6:27, and coming up next, stories from Canton, Clarkston, and Detroit. Plus, a plane crash all caught on camera and why a pilot smashed into a parking lot. Wow. Ooh, that's next.
Navigate your morning.
All right, welcome back, everybody. It's time for today's top video, and it's of some stunning footage. Watch what happens here. This plane crashes right into a tree in a Connecticut parking lot. This footage is from a business directly adjacent to the airport that plane left from. Can you believe this?
Unbelievable. There was a 79-year-old pilot that was piloting this plane and was injured in the crash, but fortunately only suffered minor injuries, believe it or not. Perhaps that tree softening the blow a little bit. Thankfully, he's okay, and no one on the ground was injured either. We're back in a moment.
Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News Today at 6:30 starts now.
Well, good Tuesday morning, everyone. Thank you so much for waking up with us for Local 4 News Today. I'm Evrod Cassimy.
And I'm Rhonda Walker. Good morning to you.
Yeah, this morning we're taking a look at Irma's devastating toll as it's now been downgraded to a tropical depression, but the impact that this hurricane has on Florida is disastrous.
Oh, it certainly is. So heartbreaking to see all these beautiful communities that we've visited over the years. To help all those impacted by Hurricane Irma and still Hurricane Harvey down in Texas, take a look at what we have going on today. All day long, our Help for Hurricane Relief telethon. The phone lines are open.
Yes, they certainly are. Mason and Coco from Mason and Coco in the Morning, also broadcasting live from our studio. So you can turn on your radio to 105.9 to get the number as well. Also, it's opening night, but in the shadow of controversy, Little Caesars Arena just hours away from hosting its first ever event and performer, a concert by none other Kid Rock.
Yeah, big congrats to Illich Company and family on this big night. And we do want to get over to Brandon and talk about the forecast for folks that are heading out of the door this morning.
Really does seem unbelievable that they got it done as quickly as they did. Beating deadlines. It just feels like a few months ago this thing started going up, but there it is. LCA, Little Caesars Arena, Kid Rock tonight, going to be a good one concert-wise, and to see the venue here inside the venue, what does it sound like? 54 degrees outside right now. We do have some 40s out in Ann Arbor, up into Livingston County, Lapeer and Genesee counties as well. But high clouds are coming and going through the morning hours, 55 at 8 a.m., 71 at noon, and a high today of 76 because of the high cloud cover. Otherwise, it'll be warmer on your Tuesday. You can see here the high clouds have been coming at us all morning, currently on a little bit of a retreat down to the south, but there is a look at Irma. Right now, just a tropical depression and still some heavy waves of rain, some coastal flooding in the Carolinas, and the Ohio River Valley could get an inch of rain today. But again, a tropical depression now with 35-mile-an-hour winds. And by this evening, Evrod, this is downgraded even more so. So the threats are lessening. And as this thing heads north, it will bring us some rain. We'll talk about it coming up.
Well, Tropical Depression Irma now still churning in the southeast, Brandon. And right now, we know of at least 6 deaths in Florida and at least 3 deaths in Georgia, all being blamed on Irma. There are also massive power outages, including a combined 7 million people throughout Florida and Georgia. Officials there now saying surveying the damage and the repairs could take weeks. We're now getting a first look at the Florida Keys, where Irma first made landfall in the U.S.
It just blew everything apart. It looked like a nuclear bomb went off. Bad, real bad. gonna take months, maybe a year, to get this cleaned up.
Officials also say it's too early for an exact total, but the recovery from Irma expected to cost tens of billions of dollars. Rhonda?
Well, Evrod, thank you. I am back here in our Help for Hurricane Relief telethon, and I am proud to say that just 30 minutes ago we opened up the phone lines and we have already received $3,000 in donations to the American Red Cross. Our efforts today are in conjunction with Art Van Furniture, and I have with me Kimberly Burton, Michigan Regional American Red Cross, and we are presenting you with a check. And this is actually not even the efforts that we have going on today, but we had a telethon a couple of weeks ago. Congratulations, nearly $70,000 already. Can you help people understand how the money is used and deployed to folks that need it down in Texas and Florida?
Absolutely. Your financial contributions, as everyone knows, the American Red Cross is very, very sincere that 91 cents out of every dollar goes directly to help these individuals and the situation. So your dollars are going towards our sheltering, the food, the blankets, the diapers, however we can help, the financial assistance. So just know that we are looking at a multi-million dollar effort here, and it's going to take everyone's support, and we just can't thank WDIV and Art Van enough. Thank you so much for your contribution.
It is absolutely our pleasure to be able to use our television station to help in this effort. I read one place 1.4 million meals were provided for folks down in Texas already.
Yes, and that was as of last night. So who knows what the new number will be. There are hundreds of thousands of people that are currently being sheltered in Florida. There were over 300,000 individuals that were originally sheltered in Texas. That number, thank goodness, is going down now that people are able to return home. However, we still have thousands and thousands of people in the shelter in Texas, and you're absolutely correct. Over 300,000 people are in the shelters in the Florida, Louisiana, Georgia area. So again, it's so needed.
Yeah, it certainly is. It's been so devastating. The phone lines are ringing, so that is great news. The number again, 855-WDIV HELP, 855-934-8435. Call that number, write it down, share it with your coworkers today, and please help donate so that we can help all of our friends down in Texas and Florida. Congratulations. Thank you, Kim.
Thank you.
Everett, we'll send it back to you.
All righty, thank you. To 6:36, everyone. And as you are heading out the door after calling to donate money to the Help for Hurricane Relief Fund, we do want to take a look at traffic and find out if there's any issues on the road so far this morning.
Yeah, that's right, we do. But it looks like people are already on their phones this morning, so that's some fantastic news. But yes, let's get to your traffic this morning. We do have one problem to warn you about as you head out the door. Over on westbound I-696, right at Evergreen, there is an accident blocking both shoulders. We are seeing a little bit of a delay in that area, so just keep that in mind for your commute while traveling on I-696. And then we got to talk about some construction over on the Lodge. We're talking about both sides of the Lodge, right at I-75, one lane blocked there from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. So that construction starting up in about 20 minutes. And then the southbound lanes of the Lodge at Chicago Boulevard, one lane blocked there from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. This is going to continue until Thursday. Now let's take a live check at our roads right now with our Sky 4 chopper, who is over Southfield Freeway right at the Lodge, and you can see we have great conditions for your morning drive, dry roads, and this area is accident free. Over to you.
Some good news there, Kim. Thank you. To 6:37 now, and the new state-of-the-art Little Caesars Arena opens to the public for its first show tonight. And Kid Rock is the headliner, but that concert has sparked a bit of controversy. Let's turn things over to Local 4's Rob Maloney, joining us live downtown, just outside of LCA, to explain what this could all be about. Rod?
Well, Evrod, you know, Kid Rock is Detroit through and through, you know, the car dealer's son, as it were, and the hard rock, country punk, singer, songwriter, rapper kind of comes with controversy as part of the package. And boy, he sure found it this week. Robert Ritchie, a.k.a. Kid Rock, is an unrepentant rebel. He embraces the loud and profane in his three-chord rock, often sampling familiar songs to the delight of his audiences. But his recent political dalliances brought him scorn from the Reverend Charles Williams of the National Action Network, decrying his use of the Confederate flag in recent concert statements.
That we cannot stand by and allow bigotry and hate to win.
So he intends to hold a protest of the Kid Rock show tonight outside the arena. As you'd expect, Kid Rock pushed back, first by noting he hasn't used the Stars and Bars in 6 years after he received the Detroit NAACP's Great Expectation Award.
I've never really been into awards. That's a cool one.
I'm gonna cherish that one.
Last night on Facebook, he wrote a profanity-laced statement, quote, "People pay no attention to the garbage the extreme left is trying to create. They are trying to use old Confederate flag BS, etc. to stir the pot. My track record in Detroit and Michigan speaks for itself, and I would dare anyone talking trash to put theirs up against mine." At the very end, he wrote, 5 P.S. I love black people, end quote. Olympia Entertainment's Tom Wilson defended his decision to have Rock open the place.
There has been some controversy of late, but you know, the one thing I've learned, and I've been doing this for 30 years, is there are controversial artists that are going to come and go, and opinions are going to come and go. Our job is to put great entertainers in this building and let the public decide.
And the public will decide. There are going to be 6 shows, count them 6, and so there will be more than a few tickets sold here. And in reality, that's what Olympia Entertainment wanted to do when they brought him in, was to sell a lot of tickets, and they think they'll get there. The protest will go on, and we'll see how they coexist, peacefully or otherwise. Back to you.
And if Kid Rock is not your thing, there are plenty of other concerts, as they mentioned, that are going to be coming up at Little Caesars Arena that you can attend. Let's talk about security, knowing that they're anticipating protesters there and supporters. Will security be extra tight there tonight, Rod?
Well, you know, I think that there will be tight security anyway. I don't know about extra security, but I can tell you this. The National Action Network said that they wanted a peaceful protest. So unless something changes, it should be, but we'll certainly see, and there will be enough police and, frankly, people around to see to it that this thing doesn't get out of hand.
Yeah, and let's just hope that the people who are attending the concert can enjoy it peacefully and have a good time. I know quite a few people attending tonight. Well, as Kid Rock stands in the middle of controversy.
Yeah, he does. But this is certainly a big night for Little Caesars Arena, the Ilitch family, and everybody that worked so hard to build that arena. So we don't want to lose that in all of the controversy. But we do want to get to some of the comments that we've been reading about as it relates to Kid Rock and some of the stuff that's happening on social media after his big announcement.
He's certainly getting a lot of attention. Let's take a look in the carport at Sheila. No matter what it is, has been, or will be said, like him or not, has been given back to Detroit and other Michigan cities. A racist? No way, says Sheila. Todd, it's really not something you should say. It's something that you should do, and people will know it to be genuine. Everybody can talk a good game, but not everyone or everybody can practice one. As Zantrell says, individuals who love black people help in the fight against racism instead of criticizing a football player for calling out racism. And Catherine, I doubt if Kid Rock is making millions by using a flag as a prop in his concerts. Don't like him, then don't go. Simple as that. Calling everyone racists when you don't know them or what's in their hearts is uncalled for. You might not like their way of doing things, and that's fair for a call out, but using racist to describe the individual is wrong. What do you think? Hit us up on Facebook and or Twitter. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Jason.
A lot of people sounding off on this on both sides. It is 6:41, and right now we want to get to some stories that are making headlines all across Metro Detroit this morning.
Yes, we're taking a look at Canton, Royal Oak, but we start in Bloomfield Township. And that's where police are looking for a man who stole $1,000 worth of perfume from the Ulta beauty store. Surveillance video shows him taking the bottles and dropping them right into a bag. He then walks right out of the store with the merchandise.
And in downtown Royal Oak now, a gas leak at a Starbucks sent one woman to the hospital. This is the Starbucks where it happened, the one right there at the corner of Main and 3rd. It was reportedly hit by a carbon monoxide leak that affected several connected businesses, in fact. The woman's condition has not been released.
Over in Canton, stunning surveillance video shows the moments a car comes crashing right into a restaurant. It happened on Monday at Neehe's restaurant at Ford and North Canton Center Drive. The driver of that car reportedly hit the gas instead of the brakes. Thankfully, no one was hurt.
All right, up next, Tasty Tuesday, and we're taking you to a diner with food that has quite the unique taste.
Yes, it does. Breakfast all day long. Sounds good, doesn't it? The bustling Oakland County Diner, where the food and the prices will have you singing like Richard. We'll be right back.
Okay.
Skyports.
Welcome back, everybody. After seeing all the devastation throughout Texas and Florida, it's very clear that the road to recovery will be a long one for those who have been affected by Hurricane Harvey and Hurricane Irma. So today we partnered with Art Van and the American Red Cross for the Help for Hurricane Relief Telethon. If you would like to donate, please call the number on your screen, 855-WDIV-HELP, 855-934-8435, anytime between now and 8 o'clock tonight. And we do want to let you know as you head out the door, tune tune in to 105.9 Mason and Coco from Mason and Coco in the Morning, broadcasting live from our Local 4 studio. So make sure you listen. They'll also have the number that you can call. Angie Starr's there as well, and you can call and make your donations as you're driving to and from school this morning.
Very nice to have them here joining our efforts to help raise money for the folks that need it most. And let's get over to Brandon so that we can take a look at what was Hurricane Irma and how our weather's looking as a result of it.
The impacts of Irma today and tomorrow. Not a huge impact today, but tomorrow we're hoping for some Irma rain. Right now we do have some 40s outside of the city here. Howell at 46, Lapeer at 43, but 54 in Monroe, 54 in our metro zone, as we have some high clouds that have kept temperatures from cooling off too much. Upper 40s to low 50s at the bus stop, so still probably a light jacket or sweatshirt kind of deal for the kids. And then high cloudiness this afternoon, 76 degrees. The high clouds blowing off of the tops of these showers and storms that was once a Category 5 hurricane in Irma. Now it is bringing more wet weather, and tomorrow we get some waves of wet weather starting in the morning and then on and off with light to moderate showers Wednesday. It'd be great to get this because we don't have anything else until probably Monday. In fact, Friday through Sunday should be 80-ish and beautiful. The JDRF 1 walk, that's our type 1 diabetes walk downtown at Milliken Park Sunday morning, should be ideal. Rain and thunder showers coming back on Monday. But again, Irma, high clouds today, and Kim, Irma rain showers could slow down tomorrow morning's drive.
All right, well, we will watch out for that. And speaking of slowdowns on your morning drive, if you are taking westbound I-696 this morning, you may see a little bit of a slowdown. I do want to show you the view right now with our 1-800-CALL-SAM-CHOPPER shot of this accident. Again, we're looking at westbound I-696 right at Evergreen. Multiple vehicles involved in this accident here, blocking the left shoulder. We are seeing some backups all the way to about Coolidge. So if this is part of your morning commute, give yourself a little bit of extra time, leave early. All right, now it is time for Tasty Tuesday.
You gotta love a restaurant that does breakfast all day, and then you add lunch, dinner, and a tiki bar. Oh yeah, good golly, Miss Molly. It's fresh, homemade, and the price is right.
Clarkston's quickly become a foodie hotspot, helped 2 years ago when Miss Molly's Diner opened.
We serve breakfast all day, lunch and dinner.
Owner Molly McCarthy says her diner is fresh, home-cooked heaven at a great price, like this baked cinnamon French toast, fresh fruit, and
our eggs. And there we are, our homemade cinnamon French toast casserole.
Molly hails from Buffalo, New York, and brought some of that city to her diner, like her award-winning chicken wings.
We do those by hand as well, cut them by hand, deep fry them, and cook them up and serve them to our wonderful guests.
Then there's this mouth-watering wonder. Miss Molly's Diner takes fresh sliced roast beef, warmed in its own jus, served on a roll, covered in caraway seeds and sea salt, a heap of hot horseradish sauce.
And voila, you have the Buffalo, New York staple, beef on weck.
Typical diner deals?
Fantastic fish fry. Reubens are one of our top sellers.
Molly's most expensive menu item is $13.50.
That's a homemade beef stroganoff that comes with soup of the day or salad.
Before your next concert, consider Molly's, just 3 miles north of DTE, a new tiki bar with a full wine, beer, and liquor option inside and out. Miss Molly, thank you for shuffling off from Buffalo, coming to Clarkston, making Tuesdays, all days, tastier.
Come sit on our patio in our tiki bar, have a great meal, watch the game, and then head up to the concert afterwards.
Sounds like a good plan.
Yes.
Just 3 miles north of DTE over there, so it's a great spot.
Yeah, it is.
Kim said she's been there for the wings.
Oh yeah, wings. I ordered 80 wings from there once.
What?
Not just for myself.
Yeah, right. That was her appetizer.
Just saying.
She probably ate about 60 of them.
Yeah.
Okay, so we get to try this.
Yeah, let's show you first of all what they brought. They get these rolls all the way from New York style roll, and New York City delivers them. So what they do is they grill them, Then they add the caraway and sea salts on top as they're grilling.
Oh yeah.
And
Get a
then
nice look at that.
they put, again, the beef back in the jus and top it with, they said in Buffalo, you're measured by how much and how hot the horseradish is.
Oh,
I like horseradish.
Well, we'll let you bite into that.
Beef on weck. This is all me. What do you have?
We'd like to try the casserole.
The French toast casserole.
Yep, with fresh fruit, as mentioned, and a little egg on there as well, and any number of things, including specials that they do on the weekends. They have a Bloody Mary bar on the weekends as well, and they would like you to sample Miss Molly's Diner.
Whoa.
So today you can get a deal on our two features here. $8 cinnamon French toast casserole and $8 beef on weck. Miss Molly's Diner is 5500 Oak Hill Road in Clarkston. They open at 10 a.m. and we're dipping.
Can I get a knife? This is the bomb.
I said one bite, and
we said one bite.
Yeah,
yeah, I'm gonna eat the whole thing.
it's really good.
Oh my gosh, this is amazing.
It's super moist.
Miss Molly, you're onto something over
Great
there.
flavoring. A little bit of whipped cream on there.
More to come when we come back.
What?
Oh,
I'm gonna do more horseradish.
If you've got a
Welcome back, everybody. We are continuing our Help for Hurricane Relief telethon today, all day until 8 o'clock tonight. We have some local celebrities that are going to be stopping by throughout the day. But today is all about raising money for hurricane relief for not just Texas, but also Florida. We know that it has been devastating in both states, and they need so much support there. So if you could take a moment and call this number today, 855-WDIV, HELP, WDIV, HELP. You can help and make a donation. You can designate that donation as well if you want to designate it just to folks in Florida or just to Texas, or a general donation to general hurricane relief. All of that money raised will go to the American Red Cross, and we want to thank Art Van Furniture for helping to partner with us today. And take a look at this screen, because already through our telethon efforts just this morning in the last hour and a couple of weeks ago during Hurricane Harvey, we have raised $72,450 already. We want to make that number triple throughout the day. So please keep the phones ringing. The number to call is 855-934-8435. And we have some American Red Cross folks here that will take your call and your donation. So thanks for your support, and we'll send it over to you, Evrod.
Quick check of your weather here. We're sitting at 53 degrees, some waves of high clouds coming in, and we still do have some 40s out in the burbs. The high clouds spinning from Irma down south, but just high clouds today, 76 degrees. We'll get some rain chances from Irma tomorrow, sort of on and off throughout the day.
All right, that could affect our commute tomorrow morning, but right now, here's what's affecting your commute. Westbound I-696 right at Evergreen, an accident blocking your left shoulder.
Big thanks again to Miss Molly's Diner up in Clarkston. Make sure you go check them out. Have a great day, everybody, and call and donate.
Yes, please. Oh, Brian.